In this video, I'm going to be discussing the build I am planning to make for 2K24. This will be my first official build for the game. Obviously, you've seen some comments about the game. People are saying the game is still the same, blah, blah, blah. So for me, I'm thinking, if the builder concept is still the same, obviously there are going to be some new badges. This is the build that I am planning to dominate the game with in the first month or first couple of weeks. And I know this build is going to work. I mean, if the game plays similar to how it's going to be this year, I know this build is going to dominate. Now, it's going to be at small forward. I love making super tall small forward builds because I can just bully a lot of people. So I'm going to make it at small forward. I'm going to go 6'11". I've already pre-made the build literally not long ago. So this is what the build's going to be looking like. I'm going to go 6'11", minimum weight. Max wingspan. Again, they could change everything, so I'm very interested to see how they sort of make the builder. But if they given the fact that it could be the same, this is exactly what I am planning to make. Now, some of the changes I'm gonna make in comparison to my current 6'11", they're gonna be a couple of things, right? Now, I do love having a 93 driving dunk on my build. It feels good. I just feel like I don't utilize it as much anymore, and I feel like having an 88 driving dunk is gonna be very, very helpful. Again, it's gonna be dependent on how 2K decides to make the game. It could be completely different, but if assuming they keep the concept the same, this is what I'm planning for my build to look like. This is my first ever build. We're gonna have being able to make some close shots. We are tall, so if I get mismatched, because with this build the game will probably put you at shooting guard, or it's gonna put you at small forward or even power forward sometimes. So I want to be able to play all three positions effectively. The game would never put you at center if you're a small forward. That's a top tip for a lot of you guys that don't like to play centers, because if you make a power forward, it will put you at centers in some rec games. I'm a rec player, so you guys already know I'm going to be in the rec all day. Now, the shooting is going to be very different. My current 6'11" only has like a 73, but I do love taking a lot of mid-range in this game, and also having a decent 3-pointer. 83 point every year for the last 2-3 years has actually been always solid. I know Mike Wong is always talking about, oh, shooting is going to be different this year, shooting is going to be this year, but I felt like in the last 3 years or last 2 years, if you have like an 83 pointer, you're always solid. So I'm planning to put that on. I'm also going to have a high mid-range because it's going to be Kobe edition, bro. And also I fell in love with the mid-range playing this game, so I'm going to add that to my game. Now with the playmaking, I'm going to make sure I can get the max ball handle available for the 6'11". I'm going to try, this is not the max, this is max wingspan, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? I'm going to try to get as high of a ball handle as possible to get some dribble animations. And also the pass accuracy, I went crazy on my current 6'11", I have an 85. I like that, but I don't really think it's necessary for my play style. So I'll probably leave it like a 75, just so I can throw the ball and not get a turnover. That's the whole idea of my pass accuracy for the next game. And also my defense. This is very, very important. I am always going to max out my perimeter defense because I'm 6'11". Again, the game can put you a shooting guard or it can put you a power forward. So I want to be able to make sure I'll be able to be solid on both ends. I'm going to be able to get an 87 block and also an 85 rebound. So basically, I'm going to go for silver anchor and silver rebound chaser. Whatever allows me to get silver rebound chaser, that's the idea for me. If you guys are wondering why I'm doing this, I don't, because I'm not the center. I don't want to be getting like gold or Hall of Fame. As long as I can get silver on a 6'11" build, I think I'm going to be pretty solid. Now, when it comes to the physicals, this is going to be the biggest change I made or I'm going to be making. I'm going to make sure I'm maxing out my strength. I'm maxing out my speed and my acceleration. So the max acceleration I'm able to get on the tallest small forward build is what I'm going to be going for. And I'm going to try to get my vertical as high as possible. Now, if you guys don't know, the strength also helps you because you don't have clamps on a build like this. And I'm guessing for 2K24, you're also not going to be able to get clamps on a 6'11", because that would be ridiculous if you can. The strength is going to help you get a lot more body up animations. Now, if you guys don't believe me, I've posted a lot of my 6'11" guard and small guards in the rec all the time. I'm able to hold my own. So now my current 6'11" build only has like a 45 strength or something. So being able to have a higher strength is going to help me out. And also, I don't know what the badge layout is going to be like. I don't know what the badge concept is going to be. Obviously, I'll figure this out in the first week of the game. Trust me, guys. I'm going to get the best build ever, the best build possible. Now, when it comes to the takeover on this build, as you guys can see, these are actually one of my favorite takeovers. You're actually going to be able to get a lock takeover on a 6'11", which I love. And I think I will be using extreme clamps, because extreme clamps, as you guys can see from the description, is going to stonewall ball handlers, force them into like stops, pickups, fumbles. So essentially it's going to act like having clamps on a 6'11" once you get your takeover. So you'll be able to body them up. They're going to have a harder time, and because you're so tall, they're going to be nervous to drive past you, because if they drive past you, you're going to have that chase down. You're 6'11", you're going to hunt them down. Also, you'll be able to get the sharp takeover. You have an 83 ball, so if you want to switch it up, maybe put sharp as your secondary or something, so when you get double takeover, you'll be able to shoot deep. Again, I don't know what the concept of the build is going to be like, but this is my vision for my first build in the game. Now, typically, I would love to make a center, but I'm only going to make a center if we have a pro-am team, and I'm not going to lie, the last 3-4 years, me and my teammates have been talking about having pro-am team, and we never do. So I'm not going to make a pro-am build for my first ever build. I'm going to make a build I know I'm going to be playing rec with, and I'm going to get a lot of clips, bodies, highlights with, and I think this is the build that's going to do it for me. The name of this build, not impressive at all. I am not impressed by this build. Like the name of the build is just very basic. It's gonna be called a 3-level scorer for some reason. But yeah, that is gonna be about it, man. But for you guys, I mean, what build are you guys planning to make? Because I know certain people just stick to the same build every single year, and I find that crazy to me. I mean, if it works, right? But please, no inside, no pure inside. Anyway, you can make an inside build, just don't make it a pure inside center, because that's just gonna be like extremely ridiculous. But anyways, I'm just gonna leave some sort of gameplay footage of how I'm expecting. Again, the game concept is expected to be the same, so I'm gonna leave some gameplay footage in terms of what I'm expecting the build to play like. What my vision is. Again, Kobe is going to be the cover, so I'm expecting the mid-range to be money. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm gonna leave the gameplay there. Hope you guys enjoy the gameplay clip. I'll talk more about it, and obviously, again, let me guys know what kind of builds you're planning to make. Now, when it comes to the gameplay for me, I'm a rec player. I play a lot of solo rec, okay? So I like to make builds that can be very effective. I'm a two-way player, okay? I like to make two-way builds. I'm able to play defense, rebound, but also more importantly, because I know randoms are not going to be scoring like that, I need to be able to make sure that I can get buckets. Now, the one thing about this build that is also very, very nice, as you guys are seeing the clips right here. By the way, the shots I'm hitting right here, even though it's like the difficulty level is very low, you can actually hit these shots in actual gameplay. And you guys have seen me hit middies on my build in rec gameplays with builds that have less mid-range than this build. So all the shots you're seeing right here, I've seen my point guard hit these shots literally with the same amount of mid-range. So I know these shots are very, very possible. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the same for 2K24, but the reason why this build is also very, very nice as well is a lot of the times when guys run a zone, right, I call this build a zone killer, right? Because a lot of guys, when guys run a zone, they put the guard like the 6'1" or the 6'2" or the 5, basically the midget. They always put the midgets in the corner. Now with this build, I'm always in the corner, right? That basically means I have two options with this build. I can literally just post up the guard and just shoot, and his contest won't even matter. Like literally, I will just time my jump shot and pretend you're not there. You're not gonna like impact the shot. Or I can just constantly cut on the build because I'm 6'11", I've got 80 speed. So again, this build is a zone killer because I can just literally sit in the corner. Say for example, I get the ball in the corner right here. I know guys are gonna try and shade. I probably won't do this hop in the actual game. I'll probably just do like a normal fade. This is just to get more fancy and stuff. But a lot of the guys, they sit in the corner, and this build, every time I play guys that run a 5 and I'm playing with one of my friends who's point guard, it's just an easy backdoor cut, an easy possession, give me the ball. I'll just bully them pretty much, even if I miss, because I'm so tall. I'm just gonna get my rebound and just go right back up again. So my expectation for 2K24 is I'm still expecting randoms to be basically not good. I'm not expecting randoms to, obviously, listen, I'm not gonna lie, if I'm expecting randoms to carry me on 2K or any 2K, you already know I'm gonna be making lockdown builds, like a pure lock, no playmaking, just shooting and finishing, no playmaking at all. But given the skill level of randoms over the years, I am not going to hold my breath. So I never make builds that rely on randoms getting buckets for me. So I like to make builds, again, two-way builds, being able to impact on both the defensive end and also the offensive end, because some of you will just be making just pure offensive builds. Honestly, I don't know how you have fun, because on defense, it's a snooze fest for me, bro. I made a 6'9" build recently that doesn't have block or rebounding, just like pure offense. And honestly, as much fun as the build is offensively, it's a snooze fest on defense, bro. Like, I'm like literally falling asleep. Like, now I get why guys get backdoor cutting, because it's like, bro, there's not, your brain isn't active, you know. With a build like this, or builds that are two-way builds, especially when you can get rebounds, you can block, your brain is constantly like working. Okay, cool, can I get, you know, switch, can I get this, can I get that? And also, again, when I get the mismatch in the paint, you know, this is my expectation when I play the game. Now, obviously, the requirements for the dunks and everything else might be different on 2K24. You never know how 2K is planning to do it. You already know 2K is a bit weird, but that's advice I'm going to give you guys. Or when you make your builds, please do not expect randoms to carry you. Please make sure you have some form of, you know, being able to get bucket on that build, because if you're gonna make a build that just relies entirely on randoms, that's what a lot of these inside bigs don't get. You'll be making this pure inside bigs. You all can't post hook. I don't know why you can't post hook. It's not even part of shooting. You don't post hook or drop step or anything. You just want to set screens and just get rebounds, and that's it. Like that, I don't know. That kind of play style, to me, you're basically just relying on your point guard to carry you the entire game, which is insane to me. But anyways, going back on this build, the other thing I'm, you know, again, if I'm able to get lock takeover, is I'm also able to switch onto the guards. Obviously, because you're taller, you don't have to guard them as close. You can give them a bit more space. But again, being able to be the help defender on this build is going to be very, very helpful, because you're 6'11", you have high vertical, high block. You see, I'm able to play low. Obviously, these are AIs, these are bots, but I do the same thing when I play actual players anyway. I just kind of let them, I want to bait them into a shot, because my wingspan is so long, I'm so tall, I can literally just contest from like a further range, right? So I'm always going to bait them into that. But yeah, man, listen, I don't know what 2K24 is going to be like. Obviously, I am very, very excited. You know, I can't wait for the game to come out, get my hands on that builder, you know, spend a lot of time on it, learning new animations and stuff like that. It's going to be pretty good. But anyways, like I said, let me know what builds you're going to be making, man. What's the plan for 2K24? What do you guys think the VC price is going to be like? Because I know 2K ain't going to be joking with us, bro. Crossplay, yeah, you already know the VC prices are going to be going wild. So let me know what you guys think the VC price is going to be. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, man. And I'll catch you all in the next one.